Hey awesome people, my name is Legion and welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to share with you guys a tutorial for a fun little aircraft that I designed and that I think is pretty cool, and it's perfectly balanced, it works really well, it's fast, and I'm yapping so much that it is getting dark. So without any further ado, let's show you where my inspiration came from. So if you saw my last video, this kind of pod thing I designed and built, and it did not work very well, but I did really like the look of it, so I came up with a different design, like a mini version of that. And yeah, I have 3 different versions of that. So the original was this one here at the end, and then I came up with the other 2 with the same kind of vibe, just different materials and a slightly different look, so you can decide which one you prefer if you want to build this. So ta-da! And my villagers are ta-daing with me. Okay, let's get into it. So, like I said, this one was the first one that I created, and then I created the other 2 to kind of match and just look slightly different. So in order to show you guys how I did this, I built this platform over here. Normally I play in survival, but for these kind of tutorials, I like to do it in creative so that I can show you guys quickly without having to worry about resources and so on. And let me just clear up the poop quickly. So many distractions. Okay, so but let's get into it before there is anything else that comes up. So in order to start, let's go and grab our small vehicle jack. If I can find it, it's over here. There we go, small vehicle jack, small car jack. But obviously we're not building a car, we're building a vehicle. And then what we're going to do is we're going to grab this vehicle base 10, and that's going to be, well, the base of our build. You can see that I don't do these tutorials often, but what I want to do is I want to show you guys, if you were building this in survival, this is how you do it. I'd put 2 stairs on either side just to make it easier to get up and move around and access everything that you need to in order to get this done. So next up, what we're going to do is we're going to put down this wooden foundation 1, and we're going to put it here close to theirs, but 1 stud off from the edge. And you'll see soon this just has to do with lining things up properly. And then what we're going to do is we're going to get a small thruster, and we're going to use the small thruster directional build technique that was pioneered by General Ronimus and the Mad Puck in order to flip some of these pieces in order to get the look that we want. So now that we have that set up, the thruster, we are going to go here to railings and grab this domed fence corner. We're going to line it up, and when these things are flipped like this, they kind of act weird, so you have to just play with it a little bit to get it lined up properly. And this is how, hold on, is this it? Yes, I think this is it. I went and checked. Yes, this is the way that it's supposed to be lined up. And now we break that wooden foundation, and we're going to do the same thing on the other side. And this just helps us to, like I said earlier, line up that corner railing piece properly so that it is in the correct place. And then again, we're going to place the small thruster so there's a little bit sticking up from the top of the wooden foundation, and we're going to line up our next domed fence corner and flip it around a little bit, and then just use the directional buttons to get it lined up so that it's on that front corner, and then you can get it placed. So now we're going to move on, break that out, and we're going to grab the most nicely half wall pillar thingy. I don't know what these things are called, and we're just going to line it up like that. You'll see this is going to make the back of our vehicle, and we're going to do it on both sides. And then we are going to take the rounded corner thingy, the small one, the half one. Like I said, I don't know the names very well for these things, but we're going to take that, we're going to put that in place. That's weird. Let's try that again. Okay, now it's placed properly, and then we can just take the other one, line it up with that, and then we can move it over to the other side. And now we have our corners in place. We're going to take another pillar, and then we're going to take this half wall that's 2 pillars wide, and we're going to stick that in the back, and that finishes up the back of our vehicle, our aircraft. And now what you want to do is get in here, and we're going to go back to our railings, our fences. I'm going to take this domed fence number 2, line it up like so, and then just nudge it back until you hit the edge of the walls there. This is just a little aesthetic thing. It has no real function. It just kind of makes it look more finished off, like there's a little bit of a doorway on the aircraft. And now that we have those in place, we're going to grab the squadron long crate, and we're going to position it in the middle in the back here. And with that placed, we are going to go into our roofs, and we're going to grab the smallest, most easily one. Narrow roof. I'm assuming it's number 1, even though I can't see it there. And we're just going to place it right above the crate. Then we're going to grab another crate and stick it in there. And we will do this one more time for both, so that we have 3 crates stacked in the back here. The reason why I'm using this crate, it's nice and small, but with 3 on there, you have 24 storage slots, which is the same as a grand chest without taking up nearly as much space as a grand chest would. So that's why I went with this choice for storage. Now we're going to go back to our fences, and we're going to go to the domed fences. We're going to grab the corner. Whoop, hold on. Let me just get back up there. And we're going to grab the corner, line it up with the corner. Oh my goodness, I keep falling off of here. This is a lot easier when you're flying. But we're going to grab the corner, we're going to stick it on the other side, and we're going to grab the domed fence number 3, stick it in the middle there, and then we're going to go to the domed fence number 1 and stick it on either side, just to finish things off and make it look nice and pretty. It's very nice, neat and tidy now. So next we are going to go down here to our, what are these things called? The suspension. So we're not going to take the first one, we're going to take the second one, and you're going to line it up with the front and then nudge it 2 back and place it. And the same on the back side, we're going to line it up with the edge of that vehicle base. There we go, and there, no, there. And now we're going to nudge back 2 and place it. And then with that in place, we're going to grab the small simple wheel and we're going to put it at the bottom. And this is just going to help for you when you're landing, and you're just going to have to maneuver it a little bit and do that for all 4 feet, I think, your landing gear, I suppose. But yeah, that just helps make landing a little bit simpler and cleaner, and less likely that things are going to break for no reason whatsoever. Okay, with that, let's get our wings done. So we're going to go to the Mos Eisley roof pieces once again, and we have this little rounded corner, and we're going to line it up like so on each side. And on this side, we just need to flip it around a little bit, and I cannot see what I am doing. I still can't really see what I'm doing. Why is this thing not going green? There we go, it's green. Okay, now we're going to place it over here, line it up. Yeah, that's clean, that's nice, that's where we need to line it up. And once that's in place, we're going to go back to that narrow roof piece, the number 1, I think it was. And I'm going to use that to finish off the wings in the back here. So that should still be in your favorites. You can snap it over there and move it over 1, and do the same for the other side. And there we go. We now have our wings. Now we can place our thrusters. First thruster is going to go right on that little cross down at the bottom there. And we're going to do the same on the other side. This is obviously for you to be able to lift up into the air. We'll get some balloons just now to help with that too. And then this, we just need 1 thruster right in the middle for propelling us forward. And with those in place, what we're going to do next is we're going to go back up here so that we can go place the balloons. So get yourself another set of stairs. If you didn't break them before, you can just use them again. But there we go, we have 1 balloon on one side and another balloon on the other side. I'm a little bit in the way. Yeah, there we go. So we just line it up with that fence piece that we put down earlier. So that balances things pretty much perfectly. And now all we need to do is we need to add 2 more thrusters to help us turn. So you can put them down here if you like, but I found like if I put them up here, they don't look as nice, but they do turn a little bit better. So you just put one on either side. And there we go, ladies and gentlemen. We have our little mini pod vehicle. Oh my goodness. I was not expecting that. It's because I'm on a platform, I think. And we just need to interrupt our regularly scheduled programming. There we go, and we're back, and it worked. There we go. See, everything's all together the way it's supposed to be. And now we need to add our seat. So let's just quickly go over here. I just use the small one because it takes up the least amount of space and it's the cheapest to make, but it does everything that it's supposed to. Again, need to throw some stairs down just to help us line it up nice and neat. And you're just going to put it straight in the middle there. There we go. And now that that's in place, I believe all we have to do is we need to use our wrench so that we can just program our thrusters. And we're going to just leave everything on 3 except for this one. We're going to go on channel 2, and this one we're going to go on channel 1. And that should help us to steer, to turn when we're out in the wild. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen. That's quick, easy, it looks cute, it moves great, and just to prove to you guys how nice it is, I'll take it for a test flight so that you can see how it works. So let's get out of here. You see, it's nice, clean, very well balanced, and we can turn from oh goodness, I think okay, I didn't change the left hand one to the right channel. Let's just quickly do that. We'll change it to channel 1 instead of channel 2, and annoying little spider, go away, and then we'll take off and we'll try this again. What just happened? What just happened? Oh my goodness, guys, for real though, this has never happened before. Okay, sorry about that. Like I said, I've flown that thing around a lot in testing and it's never bothered me before. So let me just show you with the one that was already made, and you can see just how nice and smooth it moves. And there we go. Turning is nice and clean. You just have to play around with it a little bit. And once you get used to the way that it moves, you can maneuver really, really well with it, and you can be quite precise with your movements and where you land and so on. So there we go. That is the Mos Eisley version, which was the original one. And now let me quickly show you guys this one, which I now realize also has a Mos Eisley piece for the arches, but it's a more wooden look to it. And I'll quickly take this one for a spin so that you can see what this one looks like and how it feels. This one actually lifts up a little bit higher, I believe, because of the wooden pieces being lighter than the sandstone and the granite pieces. So if that's what you're looking for, that might be a better choice for you. But yeah, I mean, just as nicely balanced, just as clean, flying around, easy to land, easy to maneuver once you get used to it. And for this one, it's a little bit heavier because of the granite, but if you wanted, you can put another thruster underneath there once you get the jack out of the way, and it should be able to lift you up a lot higher if that's what you need. So let's just go over here and I can show you the build process for that. I'll do it in a quick time lapse. If there's anything that is unclear, it's basically the same process as the Mos Eisley one, it's just different pieces. So I'm going to speed this up. You can pause and slow down where you need to. Let's get into it. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. The mini pod 3.0, I guess. This is the granite one. As you can see already, it's a bit heavier, so it takes a little bit longer to lift up. But for just zipping around the map, this is still very, very nice. It moves quite fast. And like I said, if you put another thruster in the middle underneath, I'm sure you'll be able to get way higher without any trouble. And as with the other two, very easy to maneuver, very precise in the way that you can land and take off, and you have a decent amount of storage. So I think this is a cute, fun little aircraft, and I think it can be very helpful in your survival world or even your expert one. It's cheap, it's easy to build, and it's very maneuverable. So I'm not going to show you the process for this wooden one. Oh my goodness. Okay guys, I think that's where we need to call it. I'm not going to show you the process for that one. What I wanted to say is just that you can add some frost pine flooring in the front here to maybe make it a little bit more durable and strong and have that base not break, or add some lights. But thank you very much for joining me. Until next time, take care, God bless, and goodbye.